Hello, welcome to Chapter 5 for Business Math. We're in Savings Accounts. This is Lesson 5.3 for Account Statements. Just as I say in every other video here, make sure you're reading through the chapter, look at the lessons, look at the explanations, the examples they give you, how do they use the formulas they're giving us. Don't just jump over to the worksheet to try to get it done and without looking at the information that you're supposed to be learning. So again, look at the chapter first, then come over to the worksheet here. All right, so this first part here is always a summary of the lesson. A monthly or quarterly account statement shows the status of all deposits, withdrawals, and interest earned on your savings credited into your account. Many financial institutions are encouraging their patrons to go paperless and check the status of their account online. So that's pretty common. I want to say most of the people that I've talked to about it probably have online accounts. Very few. It's usually older individuals who just kind of grew up doing it on paper or looking at the paper statements that stick to that. But it's generally pretty darn easy to look at everything online. It's also much not more accurate, but you can see your account balance as of right now. If you look at a statement, it's as of whenever that statement came out. So it's kind of a previous balance. May not be that balance anymore if you spent money or if you deposited money. So kind of just depends on what's going on there. All right, so they give us this little formula here. So new balance equals previous balance plus interest plus deposits minus any withdrawals. So hopefully this all makes sense. We're going to take our previous balance, whatever it was. We're going to add any interest they've given us for the savings and any deposits we put in. And then if we took anything out, we have to withdraw that, right? We have to take that away. So fill in the table below. This is a table we do fill in. If you've watched my other videos, I go through and I explain, don't just fill in a table because it's there. Make sure it's actually one you're supposed to be filling out so I can see 1, 2, 3. I have had some students fill in the informational tables because there's missing pieces and there's no reason. There was missing pieces and they assumed that they had to fill it in. Anyways, this one we do fill in. So we're just going to go across. Here's my previous balance. I'm going to add my interest, add my deposits, subtract my withdrawals, and then I'm going to write my account balance, boom, 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 right there. Okay, so same thing. You're just adding, subtracting, adding, subtracting. So, and that equals this last column. So I'm not going to do that math for you. I think that that's definitely something you guys can figure out. So same thing with this next one. We have find the balance for each date on this savings account passbook. So it's kind of the same thing as a check register. For a checking account, it's just a way to keep track of your transactions, whether they're debits or credits. Debits are positive, meaning they're going into your account. Credits are negative, meaning they're coming out, like a withdrawal. So this wants you to keep a daily balance. Definitely you should be keeping track of your account balance and what you're spending. So this one just shows us, this is just the starting point. This is what we have on January 4th. So after that, we go through now March 15th. So this was a deposit, so that's a plus. So we're going to add it to 284.85, and that's going to give us our new account balance, 310.85 here. We're adding those two together. And then April 3rd, interest, okay, that's another add. So we add 285 and we write a new account balance. Withdrawal, we took that away. So we need to subtract that from this balance that I didn't write there for you. I'm going to let you do that. So we're going to subtract 175 from this one and write a new account balance for the day. And then we made another pretty decent deposit there into our savings. And we're going to add that again to this account balance that I didn't give to you. I'm going to let you do that. You're going to add $814.50 to it, and that'll give you your final account balance there. So we're just going through and keeping it, not necessarily daily, but every transaction we write in the registry here or the passbook so that we know what our account balance is at all times. All right, same thing, I believe, on this next one. Yeah, it's exactly the same. So we have, it's telling us what is the balance in this savings account statement on June 30th. So it wants to know what the statement is here. So it's telling us here's the statement balance. It's the only difference on this one. The statement balance is here at the bottom. So that's where they ended up doing this withdrawal at the top. So we took out $315.28 from the $467.35. And they subtracted these two amounts to get $152.07. So they just subtracted there. And then this is the deposit. So we would add that to $152.07 and get a new balance here. We'd add the next deposit and get another balance. So make sure you're adding the deposit to the last known balance. So we're not going to keep adding to 152. That's going to change when we add 261 to it. And that's going to change again when we add 201 to it. Interest, that's another positive there. So we would add that and put that in here. And then that account, whatever that balance is there, is also going to be this balance here. Because this is June 30th, they want you to rewrite it here. What is the statement balance as of the 30th? All right, let's look down here really quick so we can finish this one up. Algebra does not mean it's going to be a harder problem. It just means they want you to think about it. What did we just learn? How do I apply that down here to the algebra portion? Most of the time, it's going to be a missing piece. So you'll be given a total, and you have to find the missing piece. So usually when we're doing these ones up here, we get all the pieces and we have to add them together to get a total or a statement balance. In this one, it's probably, and we'll read through it in a minute, it's probably going to give us a statement balance. We're going to have to find one of the missing pieces. So let's go ahead and read it. Peter Morris wants to verify the amount deposited to his savings account. His new balance is $729.49. So just like I kind of anticipated, they gave us his new statement balance. His previous balance was $680.50. So that would be his previous balance, just like here. Interest earned on his account was $3.25. And withdrawals was $222.06. Find the amount deposited to a savings account. So this one's not too crazy. I'm hoping everybody's going to be able to figure this one out pretty easily. So I'll kind of set it up a little bit, but I'm not going to necessarily work it out for you. So we know the new account balance is $729.49, and that's going to equal his previous account balance. And I'm just using the equation they gave us right at the top. Previous balance plus interest plus any deposits. So we don't know the deposits, right? He wants to verify the deposits. They haven't told us anything about the deposits. So that's what I'm looking for. And then I'm going to take away these withdrawals here. So here's my equation. I just set it up. And literally, I just filled it in based on this equation up at the top of the document here. So I have, we'll close that real quick. New balance equals previous balance plus interest plus deposits minus withdrawal. So I just filled in all the pieces that I had. And when I came across one that I didn't have, which is deposits, I just gave it a letter, a variable, right? So that's the algebra part of this. We need to understand variables. And it's just a placeholder, right? That's all a variable is. It's a number. We just don't know what the number is yet. So we're going to go through and we're going to add like terms. Do blue. So we have quite a few like terms here, meaning these are all numbers that we can just add together. They're just regular numbers. They're not being multiplied by a variable or anything like that. So we're going to add these together, except make sure you subtract that one. It's a negative. And then we'll move that over to the other side here to figure out what's left over. And it's going to be subtracted to the other side, right? So that we can see what was left over from the $729.49 to be deposited. So it just gives us the amount, the kind of difference between what we know and what we have. All right. So I'm going to let you finish that one off. I hope that helped. And I will see you in section 4.